Joe Munoz from OneStepPrep.com, professional type rating video training. Hey, 737 versus the 320. Which aircraft do I prefer? It's a question I get what feels like every single day. I teach both aircraft, and so in doing so, I get this what feels like all the time. And so now the truth is, my answer, I don't know that if I had to choose, one or the other, I would be able to, only because they both have their strengths and their weaknesses. They both shine in certain areas and others that just don't. So the 7.3 I think is easier to learn. I think that the systems are more intuitive. The concepts of the auto logic and stuff like that's a little bit more intuitive. I definitely think that you will absorb and retain the information a little bit quicker. The 320 has a lot more auto logic, has flight control laws, and has a little bit more abstractness to it that sometimes causes pilots a little bit of hardship when they're learning these systems. With that in mind, I think the 7.3 easier to learn system-wise, theory-wise, but it may be a little bit difficult, more difficult to fly. It's just more involved. You do have to trim, right? 320 got the auto trim working for you. It's a 2-axis autopilot on that 7.3, so all you're going to get is pitch and roll, whereas at 320 you get your yaw as well. So when we're talking about doing single engine operations, V1 cuts, things like that, that third axis really helps a lot when you got the autopilot engaged. So I think the 7.3 system-wise, very easy to learn. 320 a little bit more abstract, 320 easier to fly, 7.3 can be a little bit more of a challenge, certainly not difficult, but just a little bit more practice required with it. So hey, with that, they both shine in certain areas. The 320 cockpit, ergonomic. I think probably at the end of flying a full day, you'll be a little bit less fatigued after flying the 320 just due to the cockpit design, the comfort, the ergonomics of the layout. So they shine in certain areas, strengths and weaknesses, pros and cons, they both have them. If I had to pinpoint one or the other, which do I like better? Very difficult for me to do that. I love them both. I love teaching them both. Been doing so for quite some time now. So that's really what I would say about both of them. Now, if you have any specific questions about them, give me a shout. You got my email. It's joe.m@onestepprep.com. And hey, Wednesday, April 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing a Facebook Live, YouTube Live broadcast where we're going to be answering 10, or addressing and then answering your questions, the 10 top common weaknesses, okay? Top 10 common weaknesses in 737 training. Answering your questions both in text and also the call-ins. 1-888-778-1441 is the phone number. Call into the office. Myself and Juan, we're going to both be there answering these questions, and we want to help you to succeed, to excel, and to do well. Hope everyone's out there doing great in training. We'll talk soon, and please reach out with all your questions.